This is a very serious poem, but well, it has serious meaning anyway. The title is "Another Miracle That Has Something to Do with Water," or "Salvation is Just a Flush Away." It was just another morning. I went through my routine, some granola and milk, a mug of that Java bean, then my daily purge in that porcelain place, and as if blessed by a hand of the godliest grace, the chrome lever tilted and with ceremonial swirl, water dove gleaming down curves in a curl. I watched in awe that morning in the John. I watched as my shit was, well, gone. A miracle I had witnessed, such as never before. My shit just disappeared, not a trace anymore. My jaw hit the ground for minutes, it seemed. My eyes were transfixed on this curious scene, a triumph, I was certain, from beyond human realm. Divine intervention, thought I, with God at the helm. Those blind eels that slime round in the deep, banished from daylight, had swum off in a heap. Yes, a triumph no human could have alone engineered. My dark side in seconds had just disappeared. Now, I visit that shrine on a regular basis. I pay homage to this most sacred of places. Like wafer and wine, I go through the motions, fundamentalist movements, below any notions. I cast out my demons dark and depraved. As the sins of my life drop off, I am saved. But some say, wait a minute. It's not as simple as that. Don't you wonder what happens to the feces you shat? Do they pile up somewhere, content to delay the time and the place of their natural decay, till they hemorrhage from pipes once thought safely below, green grass and daisies and the sun's warming glow? What happens to dark things so casually disposed of? Do they avenge their creator? And what's that composed of? Well, I don't know the answers to questions like that, and if I did, you might think it just a little too pat. So ask your dumb questions for answers exposed. What happens to dark things so casually disposed?
Hey. Right.
That was good.
Right on.
That was right on. That was
Very
right on.
serious. But frown.
This is titled To Sally. I spoke to a friend this morning. She says she has cancer. Cancer of the colon and the liver. No surgeon's blade can sever its grip. The doctors told her the number of her days. She is 47 years old. It is perfect, she says, and has no fear. Her surrender has no room for it. Her world is like a balloon stretched to its limit with the exhalation of love. And with each next breath, a little further beyond. She hugs anyone willing to suspend for even a moment their belief in separation. She says we are eternal and knows this without needing to think it, as if it were encoded in the DNA of everything that feeds her, as if it were encoded in everything. We hug sometimes, when time relaxes its hold and I get high floating in that balloon, my heart lifted like a bird playing in a warm updraft, amazed at the weightlessness of spirit. She said our planet is evolving to the reality of light, the way caterpillars die into butterflies. She is happy to be part of it. The doctors don't understand why she has no fear. And she told them it is because she is a saint, with laughter and a wink. Though you know, I believe her. The Gauntlet, and it is actually based on a true story. about a very brave woman. My name is Lieutenant Paula Coughlin, naval aviator, helicopter pilot to be exact. For almost 8 years, the Navy has been my family. My dad flew Korea, now retired, and sometimes I see a flash of pride surprise the creases in his face. Navy regs say that females are non-combatants. I wanted to fly the choppers so that I might see some action. Call it crazy maybe, but I'm not afraid to fight for my country. We have a brotherhood, the Tailhook Association, and I've worked my ass off to be one of the boys. I was at the Tailhook Convention last fall with my fellow officers and defenders of freedom. And on a casual walk from elevator to room, past jeering and catcalls from Navy elite, a few good men were not in that hallway. These brave boys pushed me from behind. They grabbed my breasts, their hands stabbing at my genitals. I called for help from a brother, I thought. He grabbed me too, so I filled my mouth with his arm, tasting bone. I screamed and ran. Two blocked the door, grinning the way skeletons do. I was ripped open wide, gored from crotch to throat, 1,000 nightmares in the theater of my mind. How could this be happening? I was falling, falling and falling, charcoal abyss, empty of light. Somehow, my body fled intact, though large chunks of my very essence lay macheted on that third-floor corridor. No one ever told me that women don't talk about these things, and with my report to my CO, he asked me, "What were you doing in that hallway anyway?" To which I added, "Especially wearing this provocative uniform." My name is Lieutenant Paula Coughlin. They stole my family that night last fall, and I'm angry. I'm not afraid to die for my country, but I have to watch my back out of fear of the boys in my unit.
Join us for Purely Poetry the first Friday of every month, only at Candyland Studio. Call 333-2044 for more info. No pressure, just poetry. See you there. Sincerely, Sharon. P.S. If you can't read this, that's okay. Just remember to check out www.candylandstudio.com and stay tuned in.